So greetings everyone and welcome to Power Time Practice here on Saturday the 24th, 2018, 24th of March, 2018. Oh, it's some month in between there. Welcome everyone who's joining for the first time, and those of you who have been joining week to week and month to month and year to year in these various free services that are offered through Pillai Center and AstroVed. So my name is Sucharita, for those of you who don't know me, and wishing everyone a warm welcome. It is a great time to come together to dive in or delve in or immerse ourselves in the consciousness of the goddess. During the past several nights, since the new moon, we started to merge with the goddess in that it's spring Navaratri. So Nava means 9 and Ratri means night. And then spring is Vasanta. And so Vasanta Navaratri is the time where the goddesses are really active. Now, what is the goddess? It's the Kundalini energy inside of us. And then there is a etheric battle going on of the dark forces trying to win over the light. And of course, they never do. It is a bit of a battle, just like every day we have our battle within ourselves. And every moment we can be battling because we are having negative thoughts, or we're having positive thoughts, or we're having a mixture of thoughts. And that causes confusion. So the goddess will come in and help us to reduce the number of thoughts, and also to purify our consciousness so that we are full of more joy and more light, and the negative thoughts just kind of bounce off the light like a bug light. So whatever is bugging us, it will just get zapped with the goddess energy. And where is the goddess energy? It's in the base of the spine. So it's dormant for most people who aren't activating it on a regular basis. And how do you do that? Meditation. Or you can do what we call a ritual. And it's an offering of some light, some incense, some flowers, a little bit of water, a piece of fruit. That's pretty much it. And the goddess will be happy. So the first 3 nights of Navaratri, we're celebrating the goddess Durga. And she's a fierce form of Parvati who comes to the earth plane, and she wants to make sure that we root out any anger, frustration, depression, anything that's blocking our progress, our ability to create and manifest our desires. So she helps to reawaken those heartfelt desires that haven't yet manifested. And then the next 3 nights were, we did propitiate the goddess Lakshmi, and in the form of her fierce form of Lakshmi, Mahalakshmi, and she roots out scarcity consciousness, fear around money, fear around abundance, anything that's blocking joy and having comfort in your life. So that is, and now we're on to Saraswati, and Saraswati gives us wisdom. So when we have energy and we're empowered with the goddess Durga, and we've fought over the dark forces of those negative energies, negative thoughts, then we get the blessings to create abundance in our life, joy, happiness in our relationships, and also comfort in our life. And then we come into Saraswati's energy, where she gives us wisdom. So we've made all our mistakes in the past, and we don't want to repeat them. So wisdom isn't just having knowledge, intellectual knowledge. It's about the divine connection to your highest self, your highest intelligence. And then wisdom comes in right in a second, a split second, and it tells you intuitively what to do. And we have to trust that intuition. We have to trust our gut that we are doing the right thing, saying the right thing, thinking the right thing, being with the right people at the right time. So Power Time Practice gives us that opportunity to come together and enjoy the wisdom that will come in today. So Dr. Pillai is always with us during these Power Time practices, and we are going to be getting into this beautiful puja, which means an offering to the goddess. And we'll just cue it up here so that you have a good view of the goddess. And it is going to be combined with a bit of a meditation. So if you can be in a space of receptivity, and when you're ready, you can come back to yourselves. For those of you who'd like to go, thanks for joining. You can listen to the rest of this recording that will be posted to the blog. And then this is part of the call where we can share our experiences, ask questions. As you wish. If you're on the phone, you can press *6, or you can unmute your microphone. If you're on Zoom, it's in the lower left-hand corner. And you just click on it, and the bar should go away, and then you can be speaking. Or you can post a note on chat. Oh, great, Anya. Anya's saying that it was so beautiful. And that's what happens when we invite the goddess into our space. We will feel that beauty come alive. So whatever is going on in our visual perception, we know it's going on inside of us. So if we're seeing beauty and we're feeling graceful, we're feeling joy, or we're feeling something other than anxiety, worry, all the feelings that we have every day in our everyday life, trying to get all our to-dos done with greater ease and grace. Tomo's saying Rama, 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 such a strong sound. Well, Rama's birthday is coming up. And that is going to be tomorrow in Eastern Daylight Time. And I'm just looking at the Astroved calendar. And it's going to be starting actually tonight, because his birthday is on the 9th waxing moon at this time of the year. And that starts around 10:30 our time. And then it will go into tomorrow. So we're going to have a special webcast where I'll be hosting it, and we'll go through the teachings, the royal power of Rama. So it's a course that's offered through Pillai Center Academy, and you can purchase it through Pillai Center or through Pillai Center Academy. And then there's live call details that you can click on the link there, or you can call in. And then we'll be together, and we'll be sharing about that program, and also doing something special, as we always do, to help us to commune with these energies. Because we can read about it, we can say the mantra, but then on the power time that the energy is coming in, or that consciousness is readily available, then we really feel it, we know it. As Dr. Pillai shares, we want to feel God, we want to see God, we want to hear God, we want to have the sweet smells, or that sweet taste in our mouth, and feel the ambrosia, the elixir of life of these goddesses and gods that come in. And that's how we know that they are coming in, and we are communing with them. We're having an experience with them here on the earth plane. So they're not just up in the sky somewhere, that we want to feel it internally, and then know that anytime we call the name, just anytime throughout the day, then we will have that same kind of experience thereafter, that power time. So they're always available, but it's like anyone who has a birthday, you go to their party and then you get to experience all the happiness and joy around that celebration. So tomorrow is Rama's birthday, and I hope that you will consider coming and joining. And if you can't, for whatever reason, then you can definitely just be saying the sounds, Rama, 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 Rama. Go on to Astrovet or Pillai Center blogs. There's fabulous articles that you can read about this warrior prince who he didn't even know he was God. Just like all of us, we are all born with God's gift to us. It's called our soul. And our soul has to grow with the intelligence that it came here to play out. And so everybody has a story that needs to be told, or a song that needs to be sung, or a dance that needs to be danced. And we can get that energy from the sounds Rama. And even Lord Shiva, who is the greatest of all beings, he said the sound Rama before even the God-man Rama came to the earth plane. So it has a secret to it, and we're going to find out about that. Bhairavi has just posted a note on the chat. A link, and it's the Rama Navami. So that's a Pillai Center special that you can participate in. But also, Bhairavi, could you find the Royal Power of Rama link on Pillai Center Academy and then also post it, please? Yeah. So Karen just said, thanks. So Karen said, I got a message to chant Rama 1,008 times a day. More will be revealed. Great. That's fabulous. Because the sound Ra is the sound for fire or light or intelligence. And then Ma is a material sound. So material. So we're bringing the light of God consciousness, which is our birthright, our soul's consciousness. It's burning bright, and it's covered underneath all this physical cells that make up tissue and then structures and create this human form. And so it becomes like a prisoner. Our soul is like a prisoner inside of this body. And so when we connect with divine beings like Lord Rama, and as we did in the meditation, he's taking the arrow. I've got a little Lord Rama here, and he's taking his arrow and he's shooting it up into the sky, into the space. So he's telling us that we should always be in our Sushumna, which is that thin tube of light that arises from the base of the spine. It pierces all the chakras. So it clears all the energy centers as it's going up into the space, and it's sending a signal, hey, we need higher intelligence. We need to create something that matters, that makes us to feel like we matter, and that we can have that ability to create a better reality in this material earth plane, the 3D, the three-dimensional plane. So there's multi-dimensions beyond this three-dimensional plane, but we can't grasp that knowledge. So we have to call on these archetypes whose energy is readily available within us. And then we shoot it up. In this case with Rama, his arrow is just loaded with intelligence, and then the sound goes up into the space and says, hey, ping like a signal to the higher manifestation of Rama, who's way up there, and if he was closer, he would burn us like a burning bush. So he just gets the ping, and then he wakes up inside of us, our soul, our heart and soul, that consciousness inside of us, all our chakras will start to come alive with that vibration, with that intelligence. So we will enjoy the empowerment that comes, because we need to have that warrior-like energy, not to fight per se, but it's to win over the dark forces. And that's what Rama Navami is all about, is feeling victorious. And it's interesting because it's always, or it's all after this 9 nights of the goddess, it's right after. So in the 9 nights, there's always at the end of it is this sense of victory. You've won over these ignorant forces that have been blocking you from feeling energy, from feeling high vibrations, high thinking, and then also being able to manifest or feel joy in your manifestations, because people can manifest, but they don't feel happiness or joy, or even it's like, okay, well, what's next? What's next? What's next? And we're never really satisfied. We don't ever stop and smell the roses or appreciate what we do have in our lives, or who we have in our lives. And we just want something better. And it's never going to be enough. We'll never be satisfied, because it's an ongoing story. Every time we get something, then we want something better. So you waste your life force energy doing that. It's not to say that you can't better your life, but when the divine is coming in, Lakshmi consciousness is coming in, she will just say, this is awesome. Just love this for some time. Love these people for some time. You know, enjoy it. Feel the comfort of it. Feel that sense of abundance in your life, the overflowing, the fullness of life, the beauty of life, the joy of life, a happiness in life. And then Saraswati comes in, her energy, and she says, okay, good. You got the energy, you got the power, you know what it is to feel joy and comfort in life and beauty in your surroundings and inside of yourself and outside. And now we're going to connect you to the highest wisdom. So that can be not about right or wrong so much. It's just that instantaneous connection to your divine self, your highest self. And then Rama comes in with his birthday and he says, yeah, let's dance the victory dance together and keep going up higher and higher and higher. Keep looking up. Don't look down, don't look back, don't look sideways, keep looking up. And that is how we find those silver linings in every cloud. You know, when we're going through our dark moments, we have to look for the silver lining. We have to experience that God consciousness coming alive inside of us, even if it is pretty dark in that tunnel of us. So these archetypes, these goddesses, during the 9 nights, they're battling out the dark forces, and then Rama is going to come in and make us to forever look up in life and be that warrior in life and take action in life. Don't get tripped up or feel down about your life. And it's great because it's right at springtime, so we want to feel fresh and new. We want to have a new outlook. So naturally, we will feel that way. We will experience that. We will be looking in our environment and in the people around us for that inspiration, that spark, that light. So Bhairavi has posted the Royal Power of Rama, the program that I'll be facilitating tomorrow, and we'll be enjoying something special during that time as well. And it's only a one-time live call, so it'll be recorded and posted to the Royal Power of Rama course that will be popped into your Pillai Center Academy account. So no questions, no comments? Wow. That's surprising. Not really though, because maybe you're just in.
Hi, Suchita.
Hi, how are you? Sunny.
Good. Yes, yeah. Hi. That was
Right.
incredible as always. What a great meditation. Thank you for that.
Welcome.
And I'm having a question. If you could help me with last night was Sada Shiva goddess.
Are you talking about the Goddess Wisdom
Yes,
course? Yeah.
yes. I'm following the 9 nights, doing
Okay.
it that way. So, so if you could please help me, wrap my head around this. So a little bit like I understand. I'll just tell you what I kind of understand. I understand that we want the Godhead, omnipresence, everything. He talks about that. I've watched the video a couple of times. I've also done the his CD Powers course. So from what I always understood is that my understanding was that, let's say we wanted something. We're not chanting a month. Like if I wanted a Mercedes, I'm not going to change my vibration to 90 megahertz to match a Mercedes Benz to get a Mercedes. I'm chanting the mantra so that I can go higher and find a way to bring it in. And so that's my understanding. The reason why I'm using that example is because he says on there, he's saying that I am, when he says the I am consciousness, and then he brought up I am the Mercedes, I am the Rolls Royce. I'm not getting that. I don't understand. And that's the way to manifest it, and I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding, the relation with her and doing it. I mean, I did that. His initiation was amazing. I felt everything was really good, but I'm not understanding that I am the Mercedes. I am the Rolls Royce. What does that? I don't get that.
Yeah, well, that's the I am consciousness, right? If you are wanting to manifest, you have to see it in your life somehow. And how you see it is because something inside of you says, go look for it. So we search the internet, or we get a picture, or we know what a Mercedes looks like. Maybe our neighbor has one. We're always looking at it. So we have to become that. We merge with that. Just like we merge with these divine beings, we have these objects in front of us. Because if it was just a wall and I was saying, okay, visualize this goddess, she has a vinya, it's like a Indian guitar, she has a swan as a vehicle, or white lotus, you would have to go, I'm not really sure what those things are, I'll have to look them up. But if you didn't know what they were, you wouldn't be able to internalize that. So the I am is that you're merging with that consciousness. It's actually like you would when you're watching this puja, you're feeling that spiritual transmission, you're feeling something coming alive inside of you. So then you go and you get your picture of your Mercedes or whatever it is that you want to manifest. And then you just look at it and you become that. That is what you are. You're in that car, you're driving that car, you're smelling the leather seats or the newness of a fresh, brand new car. You're hearing the engine, you're feeling yourself. Well, you don't turn the key anymore with these new ones. You press it, or maybe even talk to it now, it starts up. I don't know. But you have to experience that at the level of the I am. It's not so easy to manifest if you don't explore that which you want to manifest. So Dr. Pillai always shares, if you want to move to a new neighborhood, go to that neighborhood and say, I'm here, I like this, I could see myself living here, I could imagine myself being happy, my kids running around in that park over there. In your case, Sunny, with your car, you can imagine your kids being in your car, and you're having a good time. So that's the I am consciousness, is that whatever you want to manifest, you're energizing that. And then the Goddess Wisdom course is not just for those people who are celebrating the 9 nights of the goddess. It's forever. You can use these sounds forever. So we don't want to give away the sounds, but because they are initiation. Someone was asking, is there an initiation for Saraswati? Yeah, go into the Goddess Wisdom course and take that course. If you want to manifest, and you want to know the secrets behind manifestation, and you want to experience it, you want to see it show up in your life, then take that course. It's a mystery to me how Dr. Pillai gave it out to the general public, because it's loaded with secrets. It's loaded with consciousness that will wake up inside of you. If you're having difficulty manifesting on any level, then these 9 nights, these goddesses of these 9 nights, they are living on forever inside of you. So if you missed out on that opportunity, you can go ahead and get the course and then just start wherever you are. You know, if you get it today, then you're going to finish off the last couple of nights. And then if you get it, you know, sometime down the road, you just start with 1. And even if you have done these 9 nights, like Sunny is moving along, just like I am, and a lot of people are who are in this course, and you listen to the lecture, and then you do the meditation, and then there's beautiful descriptions, and you totally understand what's going on at that level inside of you. And then also you can let it sort of percolate inside of you, Sunny, and allow that consciousness to come up. But practically speaking, go get your car, picture of your car, go sit in a Mercedes, go be that. In fact, that was one of the first teachings of Dr. Pillai that he gave out, was for all of us to go sit in a Mercedes and just do the awe meditation in a Mercedes, a brand new one, and feel what that's like and manifest it, because you're in that whole consciousness. You're surrounding yourself in it. You're starting it. You're driving it. You're just, I was crying because I'm like, oh my God, it's so awesome. You know, I never would have done that, you know, and then of course, didn't take long for it to manifest. So that's what you want to do when you get into this goddess energy. And then the I am can be applied to any god or goddess. You have to understand what their consciousness, what their gift is to you. And then that becomes alive inside of you. And
Okay,
Bhairavi has put, pardon me?
So I get so I was getting the practicality of everything. I was like, you know, doing good, feeling the energy. So these last couple of goddesses are just so high that I need a little guidance. So why would I call on her? What is the, like, why am I calling on her?
Which one?
Sada Shiva, the one we were just talking about.
Yeah, is to create that connection to the goddess who will connect you to very high realms. So it just clears out all your negativity. The higher you go, just like if you went into space in a rocket ship, you would be going light years. So you would be grabbing the technology, that understanding at the level of the soul, how it is to manifest. So it's without too much effort. When you go that high, you can instantaneously manifest.
So I know why I call on, like, I call on Lakshmi, I call on Daruga, I call on Saraswati, like for the knowledge, for the wealth consciousness, to clear out the bad karma. But with her, I'm having a little like, wow, you know, I feel the energy. It's wonderful. It's powerful. Why am I calling on you? Just like, I guess, keep practicing and I'll know why. I don't know why. Like if I'm out somewhere, like why am I calling on her? If I'm doing a meditation, I'm not getting like why I'm calling on her.
Yeah, so that's what it is you've got to let that come into, that new consciousness come into you. It's kind of like you go to, you know, you have the hierarchy in a company, for example, or I always use an analogy of medical because that's my background. So you go to your doctors, that's one way of getting some knowledge or getting some information sharing and an understanding. Then you go to a specialist, and then that specialist says, okay, let's try this. And so you get a better understanding, but you're not quite sure. And then you go to a higher specialist, and the more refined and refined and refined, you don't understand them at all, but they're going to do the work for you.
Okay.
Is that helpful, Sunny?
Yes. Yep. So I guess when I'm really down to, when I really know exactly, like you guys say, exactly, be specific. When I want a really specific manifestation, this is, I guess that's when I'm calling on her.
Go sit in a Mercedes. If you want a Mercedes, go sit in a Mercedes, or go to the neighborhood that you want to go to, or go try on the clothes you want to go to, or go do whatever it is that you want. Go be there and say the sounds internally. Or
so
if you can, you can shout it out.
And yeah, the neighborhood, the house, where that's more like, he used that analogy with the car. So that's why I was just repeating it. So, okay, the house or the neighborhood, I'll do the meditation there, bring her in and see what she says.
Yeah, and go to, like, people have gotten jobs. They've gone to the place. They just sit in the lobby. They don't know how it's going to happen because it's so competitive. They've gone through hundreds of interviews, and they sit in that place that they want to work in, and they watch everybody, and they're quietly saying their sounds, or they have their headset on, their earbuds, and it's playing the meditation or playing the sounds, and they get the job.
Oh, so that's like a breakthrough. Like I would do it for clients.
Yes.
I have everything ready, and then, I can do it in my house. I wouldn't have to go. Well, I guess I could do it outside because everyone's outside.
You could, wherever you're going, you're my client.
Oh, wherever I'm going, you're my client.
Or you know somebody who wants to be my client.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. What a great breakthrough. Thank you so much.
Does that answer your question about the sound?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Good luck with that, honey.
Thank you. And I have a Saturn light on. Now, I ran out of ghee. Can I use the sesame oil with my deities, or as an offering, or for Avatar Ari, or no, just use the ghee?
If you have the ghee, I mean, it's fine. You can, because it's Saturday, but I would tend to stick with the ghee with the gods.
Okay, I just ran out of it, so I didn't know. I didn't want to offend them. So.
No, you're not going to offend them. You can light a candle.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. And then one more thing. Usually when I put the ghee, I'll like put enough. I know I have it through the night, and then the next, the morning it'll go to noon. But this time, like the last night, like Sada Shiva, and the night before, oh my goodness, I put it in. I'm like, why is my ghee light going out in the middle of the night? And the whole thing is gone. And it usually lasts me until the next noon. That's
well,
just like
the ghee, yeah, so the ghee is a sign that when it goes down like that so fast, it's a sign that the God consciousness has come to you, that archetype has come, that energy has come, and it's accepted the ghee.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. Of course, I look forward to our calls tomorrow. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Good luck, Sunny.
Thank you.
So people are asking the sound to manifest a new job. This is particular sound that you should get from Dr. Pillai in the Goddess Wisdom course. There's 9 sounds for the goddesses, and we usually put our attention on it, or make everyone to become alert of it during the 9 nights of the goddess, during the spring 9 nights of the goddess, and then also in the fall. So that energy, those power sounds, those mystical, magical sounds will wake up your consciousness to be able to manifest that much faster. And so how to manifest a new job, you can use Shreem Brazi, you can use awe, you can use a sound like Kleem, because it will attract. So there's various sounds, but right now the greatest sounds that Dr. Pillai is empowering for the whole earth plane is the Shreem Brazi. So those 2 sounds are going to bring in the consciousness of the goddess Lakshmi, the highest consciousness. So there's various levels of Lakshmi consciousness. But the highest, because it has to be pretty high to be spreading out all over the earth plane. So it's not just for people who are coming and like you and I, and we want to manifest more wealth in our life. It's a consciousness. We want that wealth consciousness to come through us. So we want to be like a portal for it to come. So saying Shreem Razi is going to bring it into you, each and every one of us, but also into our space. And nobody even has to know what we're doing. You know, that vibration, that light, that intelligence will come through. And then people will have like a light bulb goes off. Just like if you go into a bad neighborhood, you don't have to talk to anybody. You just feel yucky. You don't feel good. So how does that get into you? So it's the same. You're in that space, or you're in your head space, which is kind of like a jungle sometimes when you have so many worries or so so many challenges, and you're just confused or you're depressed or whatever it is. Then those 9 sounds of the goddess will really root that out, and it will destroy it and take you out of that bad neighborhood inside of your head. And then you will feel the light, and you'll feel lightness of being, and then you will be able to manifest. So the sounds are building blocks for a new consciousness. And it builds inside of you every time you say it. And you don't have to say it too much when there's these high sounds. And the light that comes with it. Because light and sound travel together. They made the world. You know, God said, hey, let there be light. So there's something that was said, light was there, and things happened. Right? So yeah, Bhairavi is posting. Thank you so much, Bhairavi. You're such an angel. So Shreem Razi, all meditation clean can be used to manifest a new job. God Queen Q is saying, how do you have time to say 3 different sounds? You have time to talk so much. How much do you talk? Lots, right? So you can say Shreem Razi 108 times. You just take your mala, which is like a rosary bead, and you just go Shreem Razi, Shreem Razi, Shreem Razi, Shreem Razi, Shreem Razi. Once you finish 2 rounds of that, because this is 54, you want to do 108. Then you go do that a couple of times, and then the clean. It will take you 5 minutes, so you can do that. And you do it every time you reach 108 of any sound. Even if you're telling your kids, brush your teeth before you go to bed. If you counted how many times you have to tell your kids to brush their teeth before they go to bed, even though they know it's bedtime, they will not do it unless you tell them. And if you counted that, or if you were aware of it, or if you're a new mom or a new dad, you can try this out. It's 108, and they'll click, something will go on, and you will just observe, and you'll just go, oh wow, it takes 108. Sometimes it might take 1,008. Sometimes it takes 1,000,008 times. I've told you 1,000,000 times to pick up your shoes and put them in the closet. So that's what we do with these sounds, is we want to create build this consciousness that is going to build a new reality for us internally, and then also attract that which is external to come into our lives. We cannot manifest that which we cannot conceive. So if we cannot think about it, we can't even have we don't have a concept, we don't have an idea, we might think we know, but until you go and immerse yourself in that space that has the beautiful job and the beautiful car and the beautiful whatever, neighborhood, clothes, all the things that make us to feel comfortable, you've got to go be there. And you'll feel uncomfortable if you're not used to it. It'll feel very strange and weird. And you won't even be able to get there sometimes because the forces will not allow you to. So that's why you say these sounds, to break down those barriers that stop you from going and manifesting. Does Stream Brizy Clean Awe meditation help with manifestation of good health? Yes, absolutely. If you're happy, your health will be good because your cells will be happy. There will be no dis-ease within you. So there will be no disease within you. So health, these sounds are the sounds of abundance of health, happiness, beautiful relationships. These sounds will attract everything that represents a beautiful life on the earth plane. So we have to go to those higher realms because maybe we weren't educated, we weren't, our guidance in life was not so great or at all. So we struggled, we suffered, we were ignorant. We didn't know how to do things. So everyone qualifies to do these sounds. You don't have to have a PhD, MD, I don't know, all kinds of letters. Those can just go out the window. Everyone qualifies at the level of the soul. You can just say these sounds and manifest. They're prayers. Just like amen is a prayer, right? It's a sound. Every time you say amen, amen to that, or amen, or you sing it, you get into a very sacred state. You get into an excited state. You get into this high vibration, you feel vital, you feel alive. So doing the sounds will give you a good outlook on life, and you will start to feel good. You will start to do things to help your health. If you have an issue, even if you don't have an issue, we're all aging. So who wants to be creaking and cricking and squeaking and aching and saying these wouldn't you rather say right? You want to be happy. You don't want to be grunting to get off the bed and go do stuff. So Dia is saying, I usually use whichever mantra comes to my mind that day or that hour I'm thinking about. Okay, that's beautiful, Dia. And why? Because the mantra is the being. So these beings have shapes so that we can relate to them. But it's like us. We have a shape as a human being. So we're being something. We're being this consciousness. So that's like the gods and the goddesses, these archetypes, these divine beings come and they interchange or they exchange information. And it's a mixture. So it's like Dr. Pillai shared that we have this dance going on, this limited human consciousness. I can't have this, or I have to wait, or I have to do this, or I'll never have this. The human consciousness is pretty much 90% of the time negative. And if you don't believe it, watch yourself. How many thoughts a day are positive? How many thoughts a day are full of mantra? And then if they're full of mantra, which mantra means mind. And so intra, it comes from this word to protect. So you're protecting the mind from being bombarded by negativity. So that's why we say the sound, because the sound is the being. It is the God, it is that consciousness. And then it goes in, makes a shape, and then we relate to it in a shape. If you need that, a form. And then it shapes your thinking. It reshapes your thinking. So it forms a new reality within you as you're saying these sounds. So if a sound comes or a mantra comes, it says, hey, put this in your mind because you're just about to go into the dark jungle of yourself. And then you're going to see in your life negative stuff. I know people who live in beautiful homes, beautiful neighborhoods. They have everything. They can fly here, fly there, travel here, travel there, go to beautiful resorts. Everything is beautiful. And what are they doing the whole time? Complaining. What? Hmm? So that's what it is to be human, is to have this battle going on inside of you. What are you going to look at? So the sounds, the mantras will come and protect you from the negative bombardment. And then they will be that being. So yes, Dia is saying, you know, if Shrimbrazi comes, then I start chanting it. Oh, I know I have to look at the issue in my life, and that's my bank account doesn't look like it's going up right now, but I better start saying Shrimbrazi, and then get that consciousness to see it go up by the things that I need to do, like go get another job or find some income, or you know, get my resume updated, get going. No one is going to do it. Yes.
Hi, Sucharita.
Hi, how are you, Lalita?
Hi. I'm good. I wanted to share experience of the Nights of Mother Divine.
Please.
Okay, good. I have to tell you that the first 3 nights, I have to tell you all these fears and concerns and all this yickiness was just upon me, like really heavy duty, you know? And I realized maybe they came to the surface, right? Whatever. And I'm thinking about work and wasn't making much progress in my work, kind of like staying still, right? And things are changing there. And then the next 3 nights in Lakshmi's, I had a huge breakthrough in work. So I think those first 3 nights, it's like those underlying fears that you're thinking and you're feeling anyway, you know, that maybe you don't even recognize. It just came up so intensely, and you could see, you know, it's like, if I'm feeling this, how could anything good happen? That's how I felt, right? And then after those 3 days, it disappeared. And then a new change, a new idea came in my business, which is going to make my business like so good. Like I was so thrilled and excited, and I felt like this breakthrough was happening because of the 9 nights. That's how I felt.
Oh, great. How was it for Saraswati last night?
Saraswati was great. I feel like I have a connection with Saraswati anyway, but you know, higher knowledge and all that kind of stuff is terrific. It's a softer energy for me. But there was such fulfillment yesterday afternoon. It was like, I feel like invincible in what I'm going to be doing, where before there was doubt and there was like, you know, you could see that there could be a good future, but you're hesitant somewhere inside of you. But I think that got all blasted out. I really do. I had a great day Friday trading, and I just see like next week going to be phenomenal. And I feel it's as if a gift is coming through to me from the divine presence of the 3 goddesses. I did something a little bit different too. It's like, you know how you're supposed to really make that personal connection. And like I have these little statues that I've had for years of Durga, Lakshmi, and Saraswati. So during the Lakshmi days, which I'll do with Saraswati too now, is I just took her, like, you know, I laid down for a few minutes, I put her aside by my side, and I just started talking to her. And just telling her what I was feeling. And I'm doing that more, and I think it's very, very helpful in terms of making a deeper connection with the goddesses. So
that's a beautiful sharing.
Sticking to it. Yeah. And I'm bathing them more. You know, I'm giving them baths. Like I take a bath every day, so I rinse them off every day now.
Yeah, and 2, you can just take, like I have water in this copper cup.
Yeah.
And you can put a little bit of rose water in, like a few drops of rose water.
Okay.
Or if you have like holy water, you know, from any holy place, or energized water, and then you can just, you know, just drop it. This is on Ganesha, and then you just put it on Saraswati, and then just watch what happens. So you can just be gazing at the goddess here as I'm doing it, and then just feel what happens inside of you.
Oh.
So this is the God is water. We're made up of pretty much from head to toe, every cell is full of water. So when we water the goddess, water is made up of 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. And so hydrogen is God.
Wow.
So when we do that bathing, like you said, it just wakes up something and that we can relate to, because it's all chemistry, right? So we're always trying to go from the physical to the metaphysical. So there's different processes that happen in that evolution. And so you, like evolution, you can have a jump, you know, and that's what it is. You do a timeline jump, you say the sound, I'm, and it's kind of interesting because I'm is like I am, right? And it's also spelled A-I-M, like the word aim. So my aim is to go for the highest. That's the wisdom.
I love the puja today because when you were saying I'm, just hearing that sound over and over again, which we hear Shreem Brazil a lot, but we don't hear that I'm. That was very soothing to my system, you know?
Yeah, well, she's in, you know, put her in all your eyes, your nose, your ears, your mouth, your throat, because that's where you speak. You want to speak with wisdom. You want to speak, have sweet speech that doesn't get you into trouble.
Yeah, that's really good. I bought some extra limes the other week too, and it was so funny because you know how you buy something, you don't use it right away, right? I don't know if that happens to you, but I bought them and they were sitting there, and then all of a sudden I said, I'm going to finally use my Vels, and I'm going to put them in there because I was frustrated about work, you know, so, and my relationship. So I opened it up and I put 1 Vel in for work. I put 1 Vel in for my relationship. That's the first time I did the limes.
Oh, you're catching up, Lolita. That was the first time you did coconuts a little while ago. Now you're into limes.
Coconuts today. I'm getting ready for the 14th. I have my crashing. And yeah, I am catching up. But the lime thing was magnificent also. You know,
how did you feel after that?
I felt like everything was put into those limes. And then I feel like, you know, Maruga, I've done the Maruga course, right? And he says, you know, Maruga can change your life in an instant, right? And I just feel the power of all these beings. And it's like, you know, I've been working on my business project for such a long time, right? And the other day I said, okay, you know, I'm going to definitely make $500 on Friday, which I did. But I could have made thousands of dollars. You know, and it was like a little slight technique, you know, because I'm being a technical trader. But what happens is it was just like a few little lines were revealed to me, how I could look at it a little bit different. And it was like, what it did was, it was like, there's no doubt in my mind. I mean, that was like nothing. But it was like there was an abundance of opportunities, like abundance of, so if you miss one, it's no big deal because there's an abundance of opportunities every day, do you see? And I felt that huge abundance during those days of Lakshmi. And what was interesting is it was like just a little slight understanding can make such a huge difference. So when you come to these 3 nights of Saraswati, which is all about knowledge, right? A little bit of knowledge can go a long ways. A lot of knowledge can go a huge amount, right? So you want to have that connection because this is going to make my life so much easier. Do you know? It's going to make my students were so excited because I was showing them the things that had been revealed to me and they could understand. But it was like they had a whole different version or vision of what is possible. And that was incredible. But the fact that it's happening in these 10 days really makes me feel like it's a gift from the divine. Another thing too, with this friend of mine, she's probably on this call, she received a inheritance this week. And that was phenomenal. You know, I mean, I was like so happy to hear from her that she received it. And I'm thinking, see, it's like there's so much availability. You don't know how it's going to come to you. But you just need to be open and receptive, right? And you got to ask. And if you're frustrated, get a lime out, put that vel in it, or, you know, spend some time with the goddesses, right? And just pour your heart out to them. Because if you pour out your heart to them, you'll get a response. And I have to tell you that I felt more and more gratitude for the knowledge that I have. That knowledge is so important. And I am going to sign up for the Ram.
The royal power of Rama.
Yeah, I'm gonna sign up for that. And I thought, you know, it says, oh, you could chant or you could write out, is it Ramajaya? Ramajaya?
You can just say Rama, R-A-M-A.
Rama, a million times. Now I've done Lakshmi's Shrimbrzi a million times, twice, right? So I'm inspired to do Rama a million times.
Absolutely. And you know whose energy you will really get connected with is Lord Hanuman's energy.
Hanuman, yes, Lord Hanuman. And it's like, you know, it's like, and the other thing too, I have to say too, is, you know, I mean, I do this often, but, you know, I'm putting more flowers, but I even got the chocolates or some fruit. And I really think like feeding the gods and goddesses really do bring a huge blessing to you. And, you know, I encourage anybody out there who's been thinking or have just done it a little, do it a lot more. Because there's something about it, you know. It's very profound. It's very sweet. Now, even in driving in the car, and I think, oh, I'm so grateful that I know how to connect to these beings. I didn't know that before. You know, I was a meditator for a long time. I was a teacher of meditation, but I didn't really know how to connect to the goddesses. And, you know, I was with Maharishi for many years, and he always celebrated the 9 nights, but it was never really explained to you. Do you follow me? You just knew 3 nights was this, 3 nights was that, 3 nights was this. And they all worship the goddess, because the goddess is the one who gives, who fulfills or tells you what to do, right? In a way. And Maharishi would spend those 9 nights or 10 days, and he'd come out with a whole huge new plan, or he would know exactly what he needed to do. So I like the fact that we're being taught what we can do to make that personal connection with each goddess and to know each goddess more. And I do have that class, the Goddess Wisdom, and I've been doing it every single night. And I might be 1 night behind the person who had it, because last night for me was, I think, Kali. But in any case, every time I listen to that, I also get a different appreciation for each goddess and their sound. And each one has a sound, and, you know, there's all these different sounds. And Gom, that's the one that gives you lots of energy. I felt a huge amount of energy with that sound, and it was really tremendous. So it's such a great knowledge that Dr. Pillai has put into action. And what's really sweet too, you know, I'm still thinking about, you know, where I should go, New York or San Diego, right? I think.
Oh, to see Dr. Pillai at one of the events?
Yeah, I'm thinking of doing that, you know, or maybe, let's put it this way, feeling. And it was so funny. I had signed up for a little timeshare thing, and I got an email yesterday that said they opened up a new place in San Diego, like a hotel, and you can get a 75% discount, you know, but you have to book within 90 days. So I thought, oh, that's interesting, you know. So we'll see. I'm putting it all together. What my idea is, yesterday I got a goal that came from within. And I like when I get a goal from within, because you can make up any goal in your mind, right? You can say, oh, I want to have $100,000. I want to have $1 million. I want to have $2 million, whatever you want, right? But those are just words. But when I get a goal that is inspired from within me, or it's like I'm being shown, this is your goal, you know what I mean? I know that that's going to get accomplished. And it's probably going to get accomplished a lot quicker and faster because I've been given that kind of goal. Do you follow what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I got my goal yesterday, and I thought, wouldn't it be nice to accomplish that goal before April 27th, you know? because then I could go with such fullness and excitement of my accomplishment and my work and everything. And I could just really relax and enjoy my time and see Dr. Pillai and go from there. So I'm definitely excited. And I do believe that in order to get anything in your life, you have to ASK in order to GET, right? Ask to get. And who better to ask than the goddesses, right? For any concern.
Absolutely.
Because they have the ability of granting your wish or your desire just like that. And they know they can give you guidance of exactly what to do and how to do it. And I have had rare experiences before where one time I was really concerned about money and I prayed, and I'm not even sure who I prayed to. I think I just prayed to the angels. And I was very tired, and the next day when I woke up, I heard a whisper and it said, "Things will be different in 3 days." And I said, okay, well, in that case, I'm going back to bed. And in 3 days, something that I didn't even know I had to sell sold, and all of a sudden I had $70,000. And what I'm saying is that the goddesses can make things happen where you don't even see how it could happen. But you're not going to receive that blessing unless you ask and communicate with them, because they do want to help, but you know, I know that they can't interfere with your free will, so you do have to do the asking. And we're given the great blessing of really knowing how to approach the goddesses in a very sweet and loving way. And they'll respond to you in a sweet and loving way. So I love the 9 nights of the goddess. And I'm just going to melt in the knowledge of the Saraswati for the next few days. And then Victory Day is actually which day? Which day is the Victory Day?
It's today. It's going to be today, tomorrow, depending on where you are in the world.
Okay. So, you know, great Victory Day to everybody.
Yeah. Well, we'll see you in Lord Rama's webcast, so that'll be
victory.
victory.
Yeah, you're seeing Lord Rama's web class, and I'm gonna feel the joy, right? The joy. Rama brings joy, right? And victory.
Absolutely.
And Rama. I'm gonna do 1,000,000 Ramas. I might even write them, you know,
yeah.
journal, and just every time just sit and write Rama, and enjoy the blessings of Rama. So I'm very excited, very happy. I have to tell you also that I really loved, I said this before, but that financial astrology that I had for the year, 1 year for financial astrology. I loved it because they gave me a specific little chanting for Goddess Lakshmi, which I'm loving to do every single day. I really feel that it's made a deep connection. And also when they looked at my chart, they showed me what was interfering in me really reaching my financial goals, and how I could appease Jupiter and Saturn with pujas, and how doing this little prayer to Venus, he said within, like, I don't know, a short period of time, I would see a big change. And I am seeing a big change. So I really, I like it all. But that one was really good too. So I want to say Jai Gurudev, but I'll say Jai Dr. Pillai.
Well, thank you so much for sharing, Lalita. So awesome.
Yeah, these are just a huge blessing. We have such a great opportunity with the Divine Mother and the goddesses, and with all this knowledge, wherever you want to start, just start and just proceeding. I'm actually feeling higher than a kite, and I really like when I get a goal from inside, because I know it's going to manifest, and I feel fulfilled even before it happens, and that's a good thing.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so thank you.
Thank you. Wow, that was totally inspiring, everyone. You can read the chat, Lalita. People have been posting on the chat.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. So Cheryl's asking what time is the class. You should get the email. If you just signed up for it, the email should be coming, but it's at 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So if you can't join live, definitely you can listen to the recording and join whenever you can, or watch it whenever you can. But it will be at 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, which is 12 p.m. Pacific. And then I'm not sure about the other times. But we'll see you there. The chant, Karen, is Rama, R-A-M-A, Rama, Rama, Rama. That's the name of Lord Rama. So someone is saying, a friend is saying, the other day I really wanted flowers and then realized how much more the goddess was wanting them. So I stopped and asked, what kind of flowers would you like? And heard pink carnations. A friend took me, and when I brought them home, I felt more loving relationship of being one with the divine. Yeah, and that's just it. So those people who are new to Dr. Pillai and you're seeing, oh my God, there's all these statues and icons, I'm overwhelmed. Do I have to get all that? No, you don't. You can just know that giving a flower now has a different significance, in that it will make you something inside of you to wake up. If you light a lamp and you have that lit, for example, and every Saturday we show everyone the darshan or the blessing coming from a Saturn lamp. This is what Lord Saturn likes. He's the planet that causes delays and can cause some, frustration or, anxiety or physical, it can be a physical illness or disease. So you want to see what happens in your birth chart. That's why it's so important. Get an astrology consultation and see what the planets are doing. And then this is black sesame seed. You can see them, and then it's sesame oil in this brass decanter, a little lamp. And then it has cotton wicks. And then you just light it, you soak the cotton wicks, and then you light it. I have it on a plate because as it is burning, it will drip. So you don't want to just have it on your desk or, on a shelf or somewhere, a windowsill. You want to have it on a plate, and then always keep it, safe. Be safe with it. But this, if you light this every Saturday, or if you're running a Saturn major period, which is 19 years, or you're running a Sati, which is 7.5 years of Saturn, you'll find out all about that. You don't need to know anything else, but you should be lighting a lamp to Saturn. And just do this, it will give you tremendous peace. And then the obstacles or the delays won't be there, because this Saturn consciousness is inside of you that says, I have to be delaying now, I have to wait. But then you say, no, wait a second, I'll just talk to you how the way you want to, what you like, I will give to you, like a favor you give to somebody, what the energy exchange is. So in the times before money was exchanged, because money is man-made. So before money was exchanged, a handshake was exchanged. I have apples, you have oranges, exchange, okay? There was no money going on. But then we got to money, and then we got all weird around money, messed up. It's a currency, it just flows, and it's an exchange. So this is the exchange that you give to the divine being who causes delays. And then every Saturday or during Saturn Horas, you can just have this burning. Or every day if you're affected by 19 years of Saturn. Or 7.5, or you have a Saturn that's not doing so great in your chart. You want to talk to him, right? You didn't talk to him another lifetime. So that's what it is in this lifetime. Nobody needs to tell you what your problem is, So Bhairavi, thank you so much again. She's posted the live astrology consultation or reading link. So you can go on that, and there's some Western astrologers, Lalita, Vali, they're very good astrologers. They're awesome, actually. And the astrologers from India are awesome as well. It's up to you though, it's your intuition. So do what you're intuitively drawn to go for. My Saraswati incense is burning down so fast. I think Saraswati is very pleased here in my home. Yeah, absolutely. She's coming. You think that this stuff is just stuff you buy off the shelf. No, that's the gift. They love it. And then they will let you know. Someone asked up here. Okay, so about the limes. So Lalita was talking about limes and the veil. So you can buy a copper veil, get it through a service, or maybe you can just buy it as a product on Astrovit. This is a copper veil. I don't know if you can see it. And then, or you can get, sometimes they have this type of veil. And then what you do is you take this one has a little bit of a tip on it. So you can just take it and slit the lime, and then you just shove it in. And that's all you need to do. You just keep it on your altar like that. Oops, let's put it up here where we can see it. There we go. So you just keep it there, and that's all you do. So Lalita was saying, I felt really frustrated, or I felt whatever I felt, and then I had these limes, and I just take them. And if you don't have a veil, you can take the lime, and then you can just put it on your eyes and imagine the negativity that you see in your life, or you think you're seeing. You just put it on and have your eyelids shut, and then you just absorb the negativity, and then you put it here, absorb that, what you're sensing, all your senses, your hearing, your mouth, in your throat, on your shoulders. That's where the weight of the world, the problems in our life are carried in our shoulders, and we get a stiff neck. And when we have a stiff neck, we don't see 360. We don't see even, we only have a narrow mind. So we're thinking only what we can see right in front of us, or we have to turn our body and take too much energy. So this lime will act like a surrogate to absorb the negativity. How it works, you don't need to know. Just try it. Like Lalita was saying, she's been studying with Dr. Pillai for a long time, and a meditator for many, many years, a meditation teacher for many, many years. But the technology is undoubtable. It just destroys your doubt because you feel it. And not only do you feel good, because you just jab this lime, or you cut it. You can cut it with a knife if you don't have a veil. And then you just throw it away, and it has absorbed all the negativity. If you have it in the veil, you pierce it with the veil, you can just leave this on your altar for 24 hours, and then throw it out the next day. So allow it to really do a lot of work, but you can repeatedly do a whole bowl of them. I used to do bags of them. Somebody was saying here that she found some limes, didn't want to throw them away, and just cut them. Just doing that, it's like you're cutting your karma, you're cutting through the problems. You're just chopping it up. You have to do something physical. You won't believe it unless you do something. You take action. And this is the highest action. And then once you take that action, you'll feel this energy to go do the thing that you want to do. You will take action in your life. You'll pick up the phone. You'll get your resume updated. You'll talk to people. You'll go to that neighborhood. You'll do whatever it is. You'll have the energy to go after your goals and feel those small successes along the way that aren't so small anymore, because you've taken out the crap that's around you, and you'll feel the joy. Oh, I just went, I did this. I, spent an hour on my resume, or I talked to people about the job that I wanted, or the business I wanted to create. And so get those ideas going into, if you don't have any ideas, you don't have a concept, you can't conceptualize what you want to manifest. It's just a random thought. Maybe you see somebody and you go, oh, I wish I had their life. You can't have anyone else's life. You have your life. So do your life. You can look at others and say, oh, I'd like to have that. That's great. And celebrate their successes and celebrate what they have. And then that energy will be inside of you. Deborah.
Yes.
How are you?
You had Fire Lab was great last night. It was good. I like that one. Regarding Saraswati, when we're doing the Aim, chanting Aim, where should we place our focus? On the root chakra, the heart, or the third eye?
Yeah, third eye is good. You can put any mantra anywhere. However, with Saraswati, because she's the goddess of wisdom and intelligence, you want to go to the highest wisdom. So you can put it in your two eyes, and then your right and left brain, and in the midbrain, the pituitary up here, and then the pineal.
Okay, so then actually then I should follow the when Dr. Pillai gave us the initiation. Do it that way. When he put the different put her in different places.
Yes, yes. But you can put, what I would do, Deborah, and for everyone who didn't get that initiation through the course and you can't afford it, just put it in all the sensory organs, because what you want to do is you want to cleanse everything so that it's your everything that you're doing. So you're taking food in and it's on your tongue, and that Saraswati is also on your tongue. So for Aim, you can put in your eyes, your two brains, your third eye, and on your tongue. Those are the main ones, but just if you can't remember those, just do it on all of them, because everything you hear, you want to hear things, but you don't want to react to it. You want to be wise about how you are going to respond. So when you respond, you're giving space, you're being patient. You're not just saying, bah, you know, and creating that energy, that anxiety, and then it becomes offensive or defensive, and you, no, I didn't mean it that way. So everything that you're hearing, you want to listen for when you can say something or not say something. Sometimes it's wiser to zip, right?
Okay, and so how about when you're doing Aim and you want to use it for manifesting something? How would you do that?
So same. So if you want to manifest, you got to see it, right? So you want to put it in your eyes, the two brains, the third eye, and the tongue.
Oh, okay. Oh, that sounds neat. Okay. So is that like what you were saying earlier when you were talking about the goddess wisdom, and she was talking about like I am, and Mercedes, I am that. You would just simply follow them, but instead of I am, just say I'm.
Yeah, you can. Exactly.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, Deborah. Thank you.
Bye. I got to go see the Saturn.
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead.
Do the Saturn thing, because I have Saturn issues.
Right on. Oh, and that's a good reminder. So there's a Saturn workshop that goes on every Saturday, and Lalita Devi, she's one of the Pillai Center teachers, and she's also an astrologer, and she takes people through everything to know about Saturn and what to do in your life and how to see how it's affecting you. And so it's a great workshop to go to. So those people who are interested in doing that, you can jump on that, or you can listen to the recording after. It's up to you. So someone was saying earlier that they were there's negativity in their space. For example, you live with someone and they're going through a rough time in life, and as long as you've been with them, they have been struggling. And so maybe they're really negative in your perception. So being on the spiritual path, yes, that's karma. Karma is thinking you decided in this lifetime you wanted to be with this particular person. Can be a sibling, can be a spouse, can be parents, can be anyone, kids. And you're just like, why would I choose this at the level of the soul? because you wanted to evolve to be, to have an experience. But then if you go deeper into it and you're still with this person, then I would encourage you to be creating a loving space. So a very patient and loving space, and zip it. You don't say anything. You just move with grace and ease. You know when to approach, you know when to go away from them. And as you're doing your meditations, you're bringing in the goddess energy, then you will be nurturing that person like they've never been nurtured before, and like you've never been able to before in their presence. So as much as that is, oh my God, I don't think I could do that. That's like, Mother Teresa. I'm not Mother Teresa, and this person is impossible. It's not to say that you should live with someone who is abusive or it's just so terrible, but you have to look at why, or you have to ask that question and ask the question to the astrologer. Why did I choose to suffer in this relationship with my kids, my spouse, my family? And they will tell you the planet that's impacting or casting an aspect. So it's glancing and you don't even know. It's your blind spot. You can't see it. So that's what the astrologer will do. Or even behind you, the astrologer will say, hey, look out behind you. This is why you did it. And you're going, oh my God, if I would have seen that, I probably wouldn't have done it. Right. That's what astrology is for. It's to make sure that you protect yourself from those kinds of situations. So you're in a situation like that and you feel stuck and it's so negative, then you've got to do way more spiritual practices or get out and go get guidance and counseling on how you can, do that. So financially, or, you need the psychological or mental support. You might even, the goddess might say to that person, let's go get counseling together. And then all of a sudden you're changing your relationship. But you just start with creating a silence. You zip. And then in that silence, you do your meditation practices. You change your karma from within you because you decided you wanted that. And it's so hard to hear this. I'm living it every day. And whenever I hear Dr. Pillai says, you wanted to do this. And I'm like, no, I didn't. You told me to do it. And he's like, no, actually, you wanted it. I'm just reminding you. Oh, man, how do I demanifest that? Right? And so you don't have too much time because it's one of those things that it's not easy to go away after it gets manifested. So we have to be okay with that. Not okay in that we accept it and we're just going to lie down and be a rug and people are going to walk on us. Not that kind of acceptance. It's more the acceptance of, oh, that's what my soul wants to grow from. Because wherever you go, there you are. If you get rid of that spouse or the kid moves out or the parent, you hang up the phone and don't listen to them anymore, you're going to create that somewhere else. It might not be your actual parent, but there will be someone who reminds you of that parent or that spouse or that kid, or you and all your faults and fabulous qualities in the mix. So wherever you go, there you are. So just start with where you are so you don't have to go anywhere. And then you just create that goddess space and you create patience. You cultivate that. And that's the tricky part of being on the spiritual path, is that you think, oh, I'm doing all these meditations, I have all these great experiences, I go travel to vortices and beautiful sacred spaces, and I come back and it's like yuck, or you go to your job and it's like yuck. So what happened to your consciousness? So that's the tricky, slippery slope of being on a spiritual path, is your life will be the measure of your spiritual evolution. So you don't have to go anywhere, really. You just have to go inside and check out what it is that is causing you to react all the time. Because Dr. Pillai, he's so fun, as your, and any master is, there's a saying, you want to be close to the master, but far enough away so you don't get burned. Because they will just burn you with your silliness, and you'll be just like, oh man, I thought I could just be done with that. Nope. So be more compassionate, be more patient, use your energy instead of putting that thought out there that that person is never going to change, they're miserable, they're this, they're that, the other thing. Yes, they might be, but then you got to stop growing that. Just stop feeding it, stop watering it, stop, energizing it. Just stop and put in the mantra or put in love. Okay, I don't know how I'm going to love this person. It's just been so much hurt, so much pain. I just got to love them, but I can't. So let the goddess do it. And then by and by, you'll go, oh my God, I totally love that person. I totally see their suffering, and I see the joy that can be had if that person comes out of it. And it's not because of my doing, because trust me, I don't care. In this moment, I just want to, we all know those moments, right? Or we're just crying, or we're upset. We're living in those lower chakras. So get the silver lining happening. Go up into the space and see those dark clouds and pierce them. And then you see that silver lining. This is a metaphor. Maybe there's silver in them, I don't know. Gold, maybe. But just allow that to reflect back to you and be a golden moment. And live by the golden rule. Treat others as you would love to be treated. It's easy to live by if you start to say it to yourself over and over and over. Maybe you need to do that 1,000,008 times. Love, 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 Shrimbrazi, love, love, Shrimbrazi, love, love, clean, 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 love, love, I'm. Because love is what? That's all this whole universe is made of. As above, so below. It's the end of the story. It's the beginning and it's the end. Love. But we can't get into that because that's just way too philosophical. So we have to do all this other stuff to get us by because we're bored if we just say love all day. Or if we just be love all day. I don't know if you would be bored all day. You'd just be like loving everything. Okay, so someone asked me if you've posted a note on the chat and I haven't responded to your question or your comment, can you please copy and paste it back to the chat? Otherwise, I'll just be scrolling and wasting time. So sorry about that. You guys just bum, 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 bum. Or you can, yes, Sunny.
Hi, I was wondering if, you know, I always get so inspired by everybody's experiences and their talks and the Monday morning calls. And I remember a while back, you know, you shared some of yours. And so I was just wondering if there's, you know, you have clients, you coach, you're an entrepreneur, if you could share some of your experiences with us to, you know, inspire us even more. Because, you know, with all the technology and everything, you know, it's just like, okay, I have my experience and I'd like to know, you know, some wonderful things that happened to you. And I do want to just comment, before you went to India, you know, you always look so demure, divine, like a nun, just beautiful, 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 radiant. And you still have that now. You still have that beauty and radiance, but you came back and you're like so sultry, you know, looking now, just like, you know, still beautiful, radiant, just have such a like a different look. And so I'm just wondering, like, if you could share some of your experiences, being that you're an entrepreneur, you're a coach, and, you know, maybe some things that happened to you to help inspire us, you know, even more.
Oh, for sure. This is what I love to do. So thank you. And that's so beautiful. I'm very touched. I felt your heartfelt sharing, and I appreciate it, Sunny. So here's the thing, is that everything is happening because of God, and God is doing everything. So there will be times where I get discouraged like everyone else. The problems are there like everyone else has. And my go-to is always the God or the goddess. So every day carries a certain energy. The 9 nights of the goddess are my fave, because I've been practicing communing with the goddess for so many years, and it has to culminate. And before, when there weren't too many people going along with these teachings, and we didn't have Zoom, so we couldn't see all the things that we see on Zoom. And because Dr. Pillai he's in such a high state, he's a siddha, he's a divine being, and he can just say one word and it can mean so much, but we can also miss it because it's so high. So speaking about it, living it, doing it every day, I'm immersed in that consciousness. Now, are my pujas long? No, it's all set up, but I'm just showing the light, or I'm just saying, oh my God, all I have is I can just give you water today. That's it. I got to get on my calls. And then 8 hours later, I'm finished and I got to get dinner and so on. So, but I always, before I get off the bed, is I'm saying the mantra for gum, which is to remove the obstacles inside of me, inside of this chakra system, inside of this being. And as that dormant goddess energy is being released, more and more and more, because we're a bottomless well of it. We have so much that needs to keep coming. So the Ganesha mantra, first thing in the morning and last thing at night, is what really helps me to connect with the goddess energy. So that goddess energy is always within me, and it's growing inside of me. And Shreem, Brizi, Aim, Kleem, they are sounds that, instead of randomly humming to a radio song, and sometimes I'll be humming to the, a song on the radio that's catchy if I'm in a grocery store, and then I will hear myself saying the words to the song or humming it, but then I will implant Shreem, Brizi to the music or to the melody. Or Aim or Kleem. So bringing the goddess sounds are creating those building blocks of consciousness within. And then, of course, Dr. Pillai's grace and blessings when we're with him on an India trip and we're getting those initiations. That's what makes us to keep going and keep growing and glowing and keep that vitality alive inside of us. And so you were saying that there's a glow. Every day I wake up and I go, oh my God, I'm so tired. I hope I look okay on the Zoom. Honestly, that's what it is, right? And then I do, but inside of me, there's this like negativity that says you don't. And it's so crazy to have that kind of conflicting nonsense going on. So just going and doing my practices starts to bring more and more light. And it doesn't take too long, doing your tarpana, because you never know if it's your ancestor coming in and trying to trip you up, because the ancestors share our genes. So when we propitiate the ancestors with the tarpanum is the black sesame seeds and the rice grains, or you can use rice powder, and then you just pour water on it and you just say a prayer for your ancestors. That takes like so fast if it's already set up. And the moment I do that, I did it actually 2 or 3 times this morning, and I just went, wow, you guys really want it. And then off we go. So always doing something to connect with the divine. Having a coconut, you see the coconut sitting on the fireplace, in the pot, it's in a copper pot, and that represents wealth. So all these signs and symbols remind me that I'm surrounded by the divine, and I am the divine, not in like a human kind of way, because I will negate it. But when I'm seeing it all the time and saying the sounds, and so the light and the sounds, that's what creates the consciousness within and also around. So everyone, no matter what you look like or feel like, you will start to be radiant. You will start to be beautiful beyond what you could ever imagine yourself. And I'm always sort of pinching myself going, my God, I don't know how I go from like Thursday through to Sunday, because I have back-to-back calls all night, have like a couple of hours sleep. From last night, I finished up cleaning at 3:30 and then back up in the morning, like 6:30, 7 o'clock. So it's like, how am I running on this energy, like on this low sleep? You know, and then I'll go all day long and I'll have to go out and do my grocery shopping, do my cleaning, everything else that everyone has to do. But the energy is there, the goddess energy is there. So it makes me to just kind of throw away my human limitations away. They're gonna say, no, you can't, and you're tired, and go lay down and don't wake up. But I won't be able to do it because the goddess keeps coming in and keeps me strong and keeps me vital and focused on what needs to be done. So, and then the coaching part of it, or developing the business, I put in, okay, this is my goal for this month. And I have a certain amount of clients I want, or members that I would like to speak with. And I don't care who it is. I will just say the divine has to tell me. And then I start to talk to everyone. That's why I shared with you, Sunny. I will just go out and I'll say, oh, that person's going to send me somebody, or that person's going to come to me one day, or someone like this person is going to come. So I will just have this conversation around my business with everyone who I am speaking with, regardless if they're going to be my client or not. I am always interacting with people, like we all are. We have to go to the grocery store. We have to go to the bank. People at the bank, they see me coming now, and they're like, oh, and it's so funny. This one guy, he loves when I come and talk to him, because he's a young guy, and he loves traveling, and he loves to hear where I've traveled. And so we exchange our stories. And he had just come on the shift when I walked in, and there was a few people before me, and he busied himself. It was on purpose. He busied himself until the other people went to the other tellers. And then I went up to him and I said, were you waiting? And he goes, yeah, but don't tell anybody. So we had a great conversation. We were, just talking about, he had gone to Dubai and things like that. So we never know how someone is going to be lit up. And then after that, I got a client, and I was like, holy cow, how did that happen out of that conversation? The divine is always watching you. Wherever you go, there you are. The divine is always going to be watching you and say, wow, there's someone that you could help, but maybe not that guy. It will be someone else. So you have to go into that state of beyond your limited thinking, but go out in your world and then see yourself selling someone. If you sell real estate, or if you sell some product, they are going to buy it. So, and if you're doing Zoom, or you're in entertainment, my audience is this person, and they're going to bring their 10 friends. So the divine is within us, and we want to see that happening. So we have to keep practicing it. You have to put it into practice, and then the thing we call miracles won't be really miracles. That will just be our way of us being. So hopefully that has answered your question, Sunny.
Yes, thank you so much. That's what I love about your calls, is that I make it so big in my head, and probably a lot of us do. It's like, okay, going into this consciousness, worshiping, or putting everyone on a pedestal, but you like really ground it so I can go out into the world. Just something so simple that I can't see. I'm like, I block it because I make it into this whole big, a whole big deal, where you're like, show me, okay, how do you use this? How do you make it practical just every day? I remember you spoke about something was going on, you had an allergy and you were just scratching and you were in line, and like how you used it. And that helped me so much. When I went out, I went and used that. So just, you know, really grounding this for me, not having me like just in my higher self all the time, and bringing it out and really making it work, you know, for us is just so helpful. So the way you ground things it's so helpful. I really appreciate it.
Oh, great. And good luck. All the best with the new clients that you're going to get this week.
Thank you.
Yeah. Someone is asking here, I'm strong in my practice. Can you help clarify how to know the difference between karmic thoughts and intuition? When we experience negative thoughts about, say, a partner, how do I tell if it's intuition or bad karmic thought patterns? When you experience negative thoughts from a partner, okay, so it's like the analogy of going into a dark alley. First of all, you wouldn't even go into a dark alley unless you're really adventurous and you're with a few cops or something like that, right? You have protection. So that's what it is. Negative thoughts are like a dark alley or a bad neighborhood, in the sense of it just, you know, you just don't want to be there. You know, it's just so, it goes against you and you're scared. It activates something inside of you that says no. So those thoughts, that's a bad karma that has been created, because thoughts are coming from the space and also within you, because you're there. You decided you wanted to do something to explore that, because that, I don't know, you watch a scary movie. Why do you want to watch a scary movie? Why do you want to do that to yourself? You know, because you want to experience it. You want to see that, you know, it's not something that is natural to you because you don't do it. Or maybe you're in a scary life and scary movies are just natural for you. So to get out of that scariness, to get out of that negativity, then you have to shift your thinking. So your thinking has to go from the lower chakras, which are fear-ridden, anxiety-ridden, frustration, anger, depression, depress. So your thoughts are actually coming from down there. Those are the lower chakras, survival anxiety. So how to get out of it? You got to move the kundalini. You got to move that energy up. So it goes into your brain and feeds your brain with more intelligence that says, care for yourself. Care for your life, care for the people in your life. You created a jungle. You created a dark alley for yourself. And you're trying to make the light go into the darkness. So that self-effort is going to take a lot of energy and a lot of, you know, frustration, and you're going to feel negative too, because it's a battle. And why even have that? So intuition will say, get out of the alley. So down there, get out of there. Get your energy moving up. So don't go into your gut where it says it's full of fear and anxiety. That's your intuition. Your intuition is your gut feeling. So if your gut feeling says this is a bad case scenario for me to be in, it's a dark alley, or it's a forest and it's got monsters in it, or it's a bad movie, it's a scary movie, then that you don't need to, nobody needs to tell you. You don't have to tell yourself. You feel it. So if you're feeling that all the time and you can't get out of that scary place immediately or for some time, then you've got to bring that kundalini energy, that goddess force energy up, 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 up. And then when you're clear and you're operating from up here, then guess what? Something will happen, something will shift. I've had it experience in my own life, from my family to friends to co-workers to relationships to everyone, that there's something that was in the way. So I got an astrology consultation. They showed me the planets that are causing this kind of disruption and causing it to, for me to want to look at these situations in that way that that I was keeping perpetuating it. So you see that the karma keeps perpetuating because you're having these thoughts. The intuition is telling you don't have it. So you're having this conflict going on internally. So getting the astrology consultation will give you some insights. It will help you to do some practice to propitiate those planets that are inside of you causing all that nonsense to go on. Once you talk to them, you do planet speak, then they will be happy. They will evolve because planets also have good qualities. So allow those good qualities to come out and override the not so good. You've matured. You've evolved from that. So we have to feed that consciousness. So the actions, the mantra, the ritual can feed those planets and make them to be happy because they're fed. And then that influence, that consciousness inside of us will shift. And that's where it all happens. You don't have to go outside or do anything. If it's terrible, absolutely, you've got to go get help at the same time as you're doing your spiritual path. Just like if your health is bad, you don't say, oh, my spiritual path is just going to heal me. No, you have to get medical attention or naturopathy or homeopathy. You need support. If you have mental anguish, you've got to go and reach out and get community support, family support, if that's possible, friendship support. You cannot be alone, a man or a woman unto themselves. No man or woman is an island unto themselves. You'll go crazy. Mm-hmm. So, that's why people have a lot of problems and feel like, oh, I just want to stay home and do my spiritual practices because it's a big, bad, scary world out there. There's a big, bad, scary world inside of you. Mm-hmm. So go get that cleaned up, but you need help to get cleaned up. Just like you're coming here, you're getting some insight, some support. But we can't, nobody can solve your problems. You got to go do your thing to resolve it and get support. If it's financial support, if you just have problems all the time with your finances, it won't matter how many mantras you're saying because you'll get the money and you'll spend it. It will just go in one hand and out the other, So you want to get, some financial advice, some sound financial advice. So that's how it is, in your partner. Again, I think we touched on that. They can have a lot of challenges and you have to rise to the occasion and be compassionate and do your practices and zip. Don't say anything for a bit. If you need to get counseling, then go get it. Even if they don't want to come, you go get it. You figure out how you're going to help them. And then if they need to go, the goddess will also create some wild, and I've seen it with so many people, they've manifested a divorce from a longtime partner who they suffered with, and that was their karma, and then they were able to get out of it with the goddess. So keep doing, and it's not to say, okay, you don't like somebody, go get a divorce. Not like that. This was a very abusive relationship. And they couldn't get out. And so the person just found somebody else. That was the way out. Their partner. So it was easy for them to, oh, okay, yes, run along now. Thank you, bye-bye. Right? So it will always be, when you turn to God, it will always make it easier than what it is going on. So trust your gut, but if your gut is full of yuck, then you've got to clean it up. Detox. And the sounds will do that. So Deha is saying here, Fran, your Narasimha link was too close to sentence, so it wasn't working. I'm just reposting it here. Oh, yeah, there's Narasimha is for beauty and protection. So that's a really good Pillai Center Academy program. That was given out during his birthday, and I participated in that. participate, and this is the thing too, Sunny was asking, how do you keep your energy going? Or, you know, the glow, whatever it is. Every time there's a birthday, so for example, the 9 nights of the goddess is like a birth. It's a rebirth into your conscious self. And it takes you through a journey through those 9 nights. And if you're alert and you're aware, you will feel it, you will know it, you will experience it. And everybody experiences it differently. And year to year, we experience it differently. There are some years where I'm just like barely awake and I'm just pushing myself to do it. There's so much counterforce. And I pass out and then I wake up and go, oh my God, it's 5 in the morning and I still have till 6 before sunrise comes and I can do it, So there will be years like that where you have, or seasons, because it's 9 nights is during the spring and during the fall. So every 6 months. And then like your life, the seasons change. So you are going to have different energy around these goddesses as well, or gods. So anytime they're having a birthday, Lord Rama's birthday is tomorrow. So you would be birthed into that consciousness. You will be initiated again into the consciousness. You will be, because we need to know, we need to do something over and over. We need to practice it and practice it and practice it until we master it. And then mastery isn't the end. Then you master it and you master it and you master it. You take it to the next and next and next level. So it's a never-ending story. You're bringing more God consciousness, more goddess consciousness, more divinity, more sacredness into your everyday life, such that you are just knowing that every part of your being is so divine, and everything that you're doing is so divine, and everyone you're interacting with is so divine. Even if they have, they scream at you or swear at you or yell at you or spit at you, you just know, oh my God, that was my karma and it's not affecting me. I would have been blown over by that, but now I know, like the Buddha said, when the guy came and spit and hit and yelled at him, he just said, okay, thank you so much for coming. Our karma is finished. And then the guy came back afterwards, I'm so sorry, I want to be your student, forgive me. And he said, no problem, come. The karma has changed. So if you have a negative person in your life, you can change. You change you. The Buddha was just so enlightened, he just said, oh my God, there comes the karma. Okay, the karma is there. He needs to kick and spit at me. I probably did that in another lifetime, way worse to him. But the divine is being so nice to me, it's not going to be a big trauma. Right? But the students around him were freaking out. Oh my God, how can this guy do this? And he said, here's your lesson. How evolved are you? You're judging this guy. Oh, no. So we're always evolving. We're always mastering everything we do. So don't be so down and hard on yourself. You're going to mess up. It's a dance. You're going to step on your own toes. You're going to step on someone else's toes. But just don't think that is an imperfection. It's all perfect. And then even as you go into those more and more refined states, you're going to you're going to be bombarded by, forces that you cannot see and you can't do anything about until that karma is finished. But internally you can say, okay, here's the storm. I'm just going to be the eye in the storm. I'm going to do what I can to protect myself. And then when that karma, which is also time-based, when it ends, then I get to be free. But in the meantime, until it ends, I just know that that scary monster is there. And then I have to do what I need to do to get protected. And then carry on and do my life. Yes, there is a recording, Jay. We posted to the blog. It'll be sent out. And hopefully we will get that out to everyone a lot sooner, because Patricia offered to do it for us. Thank you, Patricia, goddess that you are. So we're going to get that out to you a lot faster in the coming weeks and thereafter, hopefully. Yes, Yagna, yeah. Buyer bees all already responded to. Are there any other questions or comments or shared experiences that I missed out and you want to post or you want to say something? Or ask a question? I don't even know what time is it. Oh boy, oh boy. 1:45. Dia?
I just wanted to share something really quick. I missed it. I got a call while you were talking about the tarpinum, but I wanted to share a change that I made in doing my tarpinum that I feel like has really opened up a lot of things for me. Years ago, when I used to do tarpinum, I would go outside to a small tree in front of my dad's house when I was living at his house. And recently, I just started back doing the tarpinum. I think it was at the beginning of this month. And what I decided to do, since everybody was talking about doing it after you finish your shower and everything. So what I did, I had an old pill bottle that was in different colors and you stack it on top of each other. And I had been using that years ago to put my tarpinum powder. I would mix it in and put a different color for each day because ironically, the colors of the day for the whole week were those specific colors on that pill bottle. So
wow.
I would put the powder in that, and I just started leaving it in my bathroom at the sink. And the spirit told me to start doing my tarpinum in front of the mirror when I was listening to old Louise Hay recording when she was talking about doing your mirror work. And she spoke about standing in front of the mirror and just saying to yourself, whatever your name is, I love you. So I would say, Dia, I love you. So I thought about that in terms of the tarpinum. And I said, you know, my ancestors reside inside of me. Maybe not physically, but spiritually. So when I was at the tree talking to them, they just kind of seemed like ghosts to me. But when I stood in front of the mirror and I looked at myself and I said the prayer that we recite to do the tarpinum, when I said that looking into my own face, it was as if I was looking into each one of my ancestors for me. And so I would say that prayer, and all of a sudden I realized throughout the couple of weeks that I had been doing it that, you know, when I would look into the mirror, I would be smiling, almost kind of laughing. When I would look in there, it was like I was happy to see them, happy to see myself, and happy to see in me things that might have been in any one of them, you know, and it just brightened my whole demeanor, and it opened up, I guess, just my spirit to be able to receive things. And I participate in another group with the emotion code, and last week I attracted a free live session to clear my creative insecurities. And just from receiving something like that, the guy that did the session on me mentioned that a part of my creative insecurity was ancestral. And it had to do with a sense of frustration on my father's side of the family, which totally threw me for a loop because my father doesn't, you know, do anything that I would consider creative, whereas my mother, she's a singer, so, you know, she likes to do artsy things like I do. So I just assumed that I had gotten all this creative insecurity from my mother's side. But to find out that it was actually stemming from my father's side and that there was a sense of frustration, it made me see things in a whole different light. And I told them, I said, it was like somebody took the blinders off of me. And just in this 1 week's time, I attracted a work from home job. I also attracted a transfer of location from my current job, which came with a bit of a pay raise. and I even updated my resume, like you were talking about earlier, which I had been putting on my goal list to do every year since 2016. And I finally just did it this week. And I was like, I didn't even realize all of that stuff was being blocked in me because it was always blocked in a lot of my ancestors throughout the lineage. And I was happy to be able to be that person that was chosen to see that and take advantage of these opportunities that we're given to release those blocks. So that's all I wanted to share.
Oh my goodness, Dia, that is so awesome. I'm just like jumping. I'm going, this is why we do the technology. Just doing it, it seems so like, really? Black sesame seed, white rice powder. I just have to take a shower and put it in the, put some water and put it in the sink. When you do the thing, you will be in this realm, like you'll be logged on to the spirit world. It's kind of like having the key to your car or key to your house or key to your desk or whatever it is that you unlock to be able to use it and get the benefits of it. So it's so wonderful. It's such a beautiful share idea.
Yeah, and with the doing the tarpon at the sink, I kept putting it off, saying no, I need to go and do a little puja first in my puja room and then go back and do it, but as soon as I was rushing to get somewhere and the tarpon came to mind, I was like, I would just say a quick prayer to Lord Ganesha, asking him to help me to do the tarpon correctly. And I would just stand in front of the mirror and do the prayer to my ancestors and then rush out of the door. And I was like, if I could do that in a rush situation, surely I could just do that every day on a daily basis without anybody having to rush me off somewhere. So I just said, I'm just going to do it. I'm not going to make any excuses about it. I'm just going to do it and we'll see what happens.
Wow, amazing things happen. Awesome, Dian. Congratulations on your new job and the promotion or the pay raise. And this is awesome.
Yes, thank you so much. And have a great day, everybody.
Oh, God bless you. Thank you so much for sharing. Sunshine is saying, I see you have the Ganesha axe. Do we pour milk and water on it? Yeah, this came in the mail. I did. What was that for? It was for some recent Pillai Center Astroved service. Look at this. This is what just kills the negativity. So again, I have it on my altar. And then I just, let me see if I can show you. Yeah, I'll put it here. Just like I would with a veil. Maybe we'll stand it up a bit. How's that? You put it there? There we go. So we'll stand it up there next to Saraswati. Oh, she's going, really? Ganesha. Okay. So you can just have it there. She doesn't want to go there. Okay, so we'll have it here where you can see it. There we go. And then I just take the water, again, just like this, and just drip it. And put it along and just gum, 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 right? And then the water, the hydrogen, and then you can put it in your hand and you can just be holding it in the palm of your hand and you can be saying gum, gum, gum. And then you can take it with you. Sometimes I have different sacred objects in my coat pockets when I go for walks and I'll just reach in. There'll be a veil there or maybe this, or I'll put it in my purse. It depends, for people's needs of the time. Like if you're really trying to focus on your finances and reducing your credit card debt, you put the veil in your wallet. That destroys credit card debt consciousness. So it's not that it's going to go and, erase the amount of money that's on your credit card. There'll be some consciousness inside of you that gets woken up and says, you know what, you gotta manage this. Don't take this thing out. It's lethal for you. So it will make you, because it destroys karma that says you need to be in debt. And it destroys karma that says you need to be worried and have anxiety and have ill health around finances. So it will start to create investment consciousness or savings consciousness. So many of us over the years, when we go and celebrate Lord Muruga's birthday, or Skanda Shasti, the 6 nights of Lord Muruga in the fall, that is an initiation of consciousness that gets implanted into us that says, all right, take care of your credit card debt. And so doing the teaching throughout, you know, that year until the next time, we watch our bank account, we watch our credit cards, and they get resolved. How? You know, because the consciousness says don't spend. It says save. And your thoughts become that. So this will destroy, this is a sacred object that destroys the negativity. So some people are writing, they put it in a small pouch and they carry their yantras around, gemstones, so you can do that. And this, when this came, I was just like, I had a couple of obstacles, and it came, and I was kind of chuckling and going, oh my God, because I get so many things in the mail from Astrovid and Pillai Center. I pretty much participate in everything every month because it is such, if I don't participate in it, I won't be able to share with you what it is that is so available for us. This is part of our higher education, our how we want to live in life. If we haven't had that education, then we have to catch up. You know, so participating in these services and the offerings, you will catch up pretty quick. It doesn't matter how long you haven't been doing it. You just can be doing it and then participating. And if it's in your budget, I budget for my certain amount of my paycheck is going to go towards that. It's a must. You know, it's kind of like putting the gas in my car. I need this. You know, it's putting the energy into and the intelligence into this being called Sucharita. So, you know, and the divine is always making it to be there, because that's what my consciousness is. I need to have that tuition for my intuition. So it has to be there. So, and then every year it was building and building and building. And now it's coming to, it's like, I'm just doing it all the time. Mm-hmm. So this is a good axe to pick. If you have an axe to pick, or whatever they call it, whatever that saying is, you know, a grind, axe to grind, isn't it? So we don't want to do any grinding and picking and getting all upset. You just take this and then you just hold on to it and know that it is Ganesha. Know that it has the ability to cut through or slice through some obstacles that are coming about. And so you want to avert the danger that lies ahead, or the problems or the karma. Nobody has to tell you what your problems are. You just want to avert it. You want it to end. You want it to cut so you can go in a different direction. Just like you would be driving and the highway is just chocker blocked and you pull out your app and it says, you're going to be here for hours. So you find a way out. You get out. So that's what will happen with that. And the Pashupatastra that came the other day too. That's cool, right? This is another divine weapon. And then the Karpasami, the sword of truth. That's very powerful to have. So these just are very small. You know, you can just have this. Nobody even needs to know, and your hand is in your pocket and you're just energized. You don't have to know how it works, because you will never know how it works. Even if a master tells you, they won't tell you the whole truth behind it. Because the truth is always, it's your perspective of the truth. So your truth can be something, and then someone else's truth is something else. Someone else's truth is something. So you're living the truth but from different perspectives. Mm-hmm. So what is the blue round stone at the front of the altar? What blue round? This one? This is Saraswati. Maybe we can see here. This is the goddess Saraswati. She's got some little diamonds around her. Can you see her? There we go. Yeah. She's, I've had her for a long, long time. I can't get rid of her. She's so sweet. And then people were asking, you know, how do I, if something breaks, you know, how do I discard it? You can take it to running water if you live near an ocean, or a lake, like a big lake where the water is running, river, like a river that's flowing, not a creek, because that's not going to really wash it away. You want the, and then you just can put it there and thank it, you know, for the karma it took. Giving it to somebody, it's already got your energy, so I don't know if that's a good idea. Yeah, so someone is saying, I put my credit cards on my altar and placed my copper veil and jade Ganesha Murti on top a long time ago when Sucharita mentioned doing so. Since that time, I've cleared all but one credit card debt. Wow, who's that? Idea, awesome, great. So yeah, do this. It will really, it just does it. It will make your consciousness to change so you will do the right thing. You don't even know, most of us don't even know we're sticking bad food in our mouth, or we do, but we can't stop ourselves. Then we're full of toxins, or you know, we're just watching our bank account not increase and we're not doing anything about it. So go and talk to a financial advisor and get on a plan. They're so compassionate. And the goddess will show you somebody who's compassionate, just like my friend at the bank. And whenever I go to him, he's always like, oh, I get you a good rate this time. I'm just like, he's such a good kid, you know? But I want to be with someone. My consciousness says, go have fun at the bank. Go have fun at the doctor's office. Go have fun at the grocery store. Even if somebody is miserable, smile at them, you know? And eventually they will smile. You're going to be appropriate. You're not going to be like a crazy lady or a crazy guy or anything like that, but you're just going to smile. And how are you today? Oh, you know, the weather is bad and this and that. I'm going, oh my God, it's winter, right? Yeah. And then they go, yeah, it is winter, right? Yeah. How are you doing? Well, you know, this and that. Oh yeah, we all have those problems. You know, and by you're getting through all the yuck and something comes out of it, or you just see yourself being totally patient and you're going, I would never be this patient. I would never be this compassionate, but the divine is making me to be. So you're putting into practice that which you need to be to master in your life. You're not going to master anything until you put it into practice. Can you hold up the large gold picture frame on your altar? It looks empty from this angle. And, oh, this one? This is the goddess. This is the Navakari. Oh, there. Navakari. This is the 9 nights, the goddess wisdom yantra. Not sure if you can see it. Maybe there. So it's a very powerful esoteric yantra to bring the goddess. I think that's the one that you wanted, right? To see? Yeah. So Fran is saying, I was just curious before you mentioned about being in a Mercedes. Did you buy one or something else? Yeah. Exactly. I was in it and I was driving it and I was like, oh, and I was smelling it. I was feeling the leather seats. I was imagining myself having this in my driveway, you know, and I just kept asking the goddess and just kept saying, you know what, I'm going to negate this because I'm like, I don't want people to look at me. And, you know, it was just like, it was crazy thoughts. And then it manifested. So please go, if anything you want to buy or you want to do or a place that you want to go, like if you want to travel, put suitcases, go look at suitcases, look at, like, grab something that you know you could afford right now. And this is going to be my shampoo, conditioner bottles. These are the conditioner and shampoo bottles that I'm going to put in my cool little bag, and then I'm going to put in my nice new suitcase, and then I'm going to go on this trip. So start with little goal setting, and then have it there so you're looking at it all the time. Okay, whenever you're ready, God or goddess, I'm going to go on that trip. And then cut pictures out of the place that you want to go. Talk to people who have been to those places. Get it in your consciousness. Life is a play of consciousness. So play with it. Make it happen. What did you do when you were a kid? You were imagining a lot of things, right? And they came to reality because you got so excited about it. You were kicking and screaming until you got it. Eventually, right? So yes, go do, get in there, do, you know, be with that, be with those people who are going to be your clients, or go, and there's so many free courses online. Go sign up for those courses that are free. Spend your time to find out how other people get business or clients or jobs, or you know, they get connected to somehow to these mentors or recruiters. You know, the goddess will show you. The God, you have to, that's how you will know that the goddess is in you, because you would never find this on your own. You would never have this idea to do it. You would never be connected otherwise. Or maybe it would take you a long time.
Sucharita?
Yes?
Okay. I was thinking this question in my head, and I kind of got an answer, but, you know, when I was thinking to ask you, is there something, I know we have the protection mantra, you know, we have a wealth rising, protect ourselves from someone else's energy. My husband is very supportive. He doesn't care. He's not into what I do. He's supportive. He doesn't care what I do. Fine. But he's my husband. So we're intimate and everything's going on. And I get that energy, and I do my practice. I do my meditations. I do my initiations with Dr. But is there a power sound? Is there something where I can be like, we're one, but I don't want his energy? You know, after we're intimate, I don't want that energy. So I was thinking when I was going to ask you this, there's a goddess on the 9 nights that's aggressive. That's like the, you know, push through, power through. I was like, okay, I got that. Maybe I could do that. But maybe you know of something that's like, okay, now I don't, you know, then I can feel a shift in my energy because, you know, we're together. So obviously I take on some of his energy, he takes on some of mine. Is there something that I could cut through to not have to work that out all the time?
Yeah, it's a really great question. And what I would share with anyone in your situation is that pray to Lord Muruga and pray to Durga. Just pray to the god or the goddess. Don't be putting that in the space that he has bad energy and I don't want to take it on and all that stuff, because that's welcome to your karma. You were doing that in another lifetime. So you have to see, oh my God. So shift your thinking around it. So you're in this situation because payback is what's happening. So what goes around comes around. And then you just say, okay, so how do I evolve that then? So you go to the goddess or the god, and the god for relationship and protection. And it makes sense because with Durga, she has so many weapons, but she's smiling. She has a smile on her face. So go to the goddess Durga And then she likes lemons and lime, and so does Muruga. So there's the common theme. You don't have to go and buy separate stuff for them to propitiate them. And then you just imagine the veil as your backbone and brain. So all the protection will be coming through that. And then two, you wanted, when you're being intimate with someone, then you want to choose birth stars. I know sometimes it has to be spontaneous, but you can work around it. You can say, hey, you want a date night? And then you can choose a birth star. Like Mrigashira is a nice birth star for being intimate. And then they will be totally happy and satisfied, and you will be too. So choose your time Shaktis for everything, including being intimate with your loved one.
So everything's good in the intimacy, and ever since the Shrimberzi, well, like it's always been good, but now it's like great with the intimacy. It's better. It's just, I noticed after, like a day after, or it's like, oh, yeah, my energy shifted. Okay,
this is it.
Do that. Okay, Muruga and Durga.
Durga and Muruga.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and then too, if you can, there's a Muruga. I don't know if it's still available. Bhairavi, if you're still here, God bless you. Oh, you are there. Yay. There is a Muruga 12-month clearing of the second chakra services going on. So the services that are going on right now, they will clear out the sex center. So it's not. And then that will take that energy away, because you'll be clear all the time. If you're doing your spiritual practices, you'll be clear all the time. It's just there's some deep-seated congested energies that are, you're absorbing and so on. It's the karma play going on. So if you can participate in that, Sunny, or anyone else who has that situation going on, get it cleared out, because once it's cleared out, it's kind of like you clear out your closets and you can see everything, and then it doesn't take too much work after that. Sex and closets, I don't know. So hopefully that's helpful. Dee is saying, Babaji mentioned something about couples learning to be together but separate. I think it's about accepting your partner as they are, but allowing yourself to live your own life and accept yourself also. Yes, that's beautiful. But here's the thing, is that energetically, what Sunny is saying, she's got a beautiful relationship, it's intimate, but then there's an energy, a subtle quality that's residual. And so we want to get rid of that. So how to best do that? You prepare with the goddess, then you prepare with Muruga, and you should see your spouse or your mate, your significant other, as a god or goddess. So take the time, even if they don't do anything that's they're not on the spiritual path and they're not into it, whatever it is, because they're with you, they are, whether they know it or not. So what you can do is you can do a little puja to the goddess, to Lord Muruga, and then you can just pray, and then make sure that you choose, if you can, select birth stars or moon days that are going to be supporting a loving environment. It's going to be light. It's not going to be like, and then when you come out a couple of days later, monitor yourself and say, whoa, I feel good. I did it not, did it when the weather was good. So you don't have to, because it's our karma, this is who we chose to give us our life lessons. So it's all about us. So you can't put it on the other person. You have to say, oh, I have to evolve then to clear this out. How do I evolve? I have to do something beforehand. I have to select wisely. I have to choose wisely. So everything in life can be measured as a power time. So there's a season for everything. There's a day for everything. There's a time for everything. And when you're doing it naturally, and it support in that power time, and it supports the activity, it's going to have a good outcome. And then you have some karma to clear. So you've got karma light, Sunny, or anyone else. When it's a couple of days later, you know, you just can clear it out. It's not like before, during, and after and ongoing, right? So it's okay. You got to clean up before, during is good. And then the after part, you're going to work on that. Okay, so can the axe and sword be purchased, or are we part of a program package? Oh, it's sold out. That's why you want to be, you know, always alert, or we're here in Power Time Practice to help you to be alert about these specials that are going on, so that you can get your sacred objects, and then you have them, and then that carries on for that whole year, throughout the whole year. You're always reminded, oh yeah, I did this cool Muruga thing, and they gave me this really fabulous silver veil, which I had for years and years, and I was like, when am I ever going to use this? It's like huge, and now I'm using it all the time because we're on Zoom, and it does a better job with demonstrating than the smaller copper ones. So, you know, it just shows in life. The divine is going to tell you when to do what and how to do. Just be going after your spiritual path, because that is priceless. The benefits are priceless, and that's a great investment in you and your well-being and everybody in your life. All right, any further pressing questions? We should wrap it up, because I always get in trouble. These calls are so long. I don't get in trouble, but they do say, wow, you talk a lot. But there's a lot to share, and I want to make sure that every member gets to ask their question or share their experiences, because this is what's going to help you to feel good about how you're moving forward in your life from week to week. So God bless you all. And thank you so much, Bhairavi, for helping, sharing, caring, and being the awesome teacher that you are for everyone, the awesome guide. And then thanks to everyone who shared on the chat, and also who spoke up, because these kinds of conversations we can't necessarily have in our everyday life. So if we're on this spiritual path and we're kind of scrambling, we can be scrambling and spinning our wheels. So it was beautiful to be able to share with you during this 9 nights of the goddess, starting with Durga, going in through the week with Lakshmi, and then Saraswati. We'll see you with Lord Rama tomorrow, and the week ahead. Check out the links that will be posted to the blog. Radha, our Vedic astrologer, she's going to be posting the links so that you can go and look and see, okay, what are the power times this week? When can I tune in? And then everyone, please, please do what you can. If you're just starting here, or if you've been here for a while, get an astrology consultation to find out what your starting point is, who you're going to pray to, who you're going to ask for blessings instead of the karma shawarma that you're going through. You got to cut it and then start in a new direction. And the astrology will be able to see 360 for you. So you won't just be looking with these 2 eyes. You will have eyes all around you. They will show you, they will tell you, they will guide you. And then you can get insights from there about the areas of your life that need if you clean up the area that is most important in your life, every other area will be so easy thereafter. So God bless you all. Thank you so much. And thanks to Dr. Pillai for always providing us with this opportunity to come together, because without you, I wouldn't be here. So thank you so much, and God bless you. Bye-bye.